As COVID cases surge across the U.S., more than 30 states now require people to wear face masks in public. Several states even mandate masks while exercising outdoors. But some Americans are still adamantly refusing to comply, invoking legal and medical exemptions that they say allow them to live mask-free. So who is exempt and why? ABC's Devin Dwyer now with the fact versus fiction.
I think it's a political hoax, and I am against the masks.
The blowback against face masks setting off some explosive confrontations.
You're coming close to me. You're coming close to me.
Masked customers calling out the unmasked. At this Walmart, it nearly set off a brawl. In Dallas, the mask requirement sending one grocery shopper into a rage.
I don't give
As more states mandate masks in public, some Americans are loudly claiming legal and medical exemptions.
I have a breathing problem. My doctor would not let me wear a mask. So anyone harassing me to wear a mask, you guys are violating federal law.
Official-looking cards like this one circulating on social media say mental and physical risks make it unsafe for the holder to wear a mask. Under the Americans with Disabilities Act, it reads, I'm not required to disclose my condition. The Justice Department calls the cards a fraud.
It's unfortunate. It's the same as people putting a handicap sticker in their car and using a spot that was designated for someone else.
The ADA, which was signed 30 years ago this week, requires businesses to reasonably accommodate people with disabilities and medical conditions, but not at the expense of public health. The Trump administration saying the law does not provide a blanket exemption to people with disabilities from complying with legitimate safety requirements necessary for safe operations.
It really boils down to that discussion with the patient and seeing what's best for them at the time.
Dr. Albert Rizzo with the American Lung Association says people with concerns about masks should talk with their doctors. According to the CDC, children under age 2, anyone unconscious or incapacitated, and people who have trouble breathing should not wear face masks.
If an individual has advanced lung disease that, for example, they're already on supplemental oxygen at home, especially if they're also considered somebody who retains carbon dioxide, that's probably the highest risk group to then put a mask on them and have them breathe through it for any period of time.
Medical experts say most of those people probably shouldn't be out in public anyways. And they say individuals with chronic conditions like asthma or COPD are not at heightened risk from wearing a mask unless they're in active respiratory distress.
Any type of barrier that you're putting on is important. And, N95 masks, again, have been used for many years in protection of individuals.
Most Americans, nearly 90% in a recent ABC News poll, say they regularly wear a face covering when leaving home. Only 1 in 10 still choose to go mask-free.
Yes, all the people calling me selfish. You're the one who's trying to force me a medical procedure so you can feel more safe.
Opponents of face masks insist the coverings do more harm than good.
I think the mask, what we're doing is we're breathing in the CO2 over and over again. That's what we exhale to get the bad stuff out. So to breathe that in, it causes some damage.
But those claims are not always backed up by science.
These materials are designed to restrict small particles, not to restrict gas exchange. So oxygen and carbon dioxide are much smaller molecules than the actual viral particles. So again, the science doesn't seem to support significant retention of CO2.
Do masks reduce our oxygen intake?
Studies have shown a slight drop of oxygen in healthcare workers who use these for hours at a time. And yes, there are some headaches noted, but the oxygen drop is minimal.
Dr. Anthony Fauci echoing the point in a recent Facebook Live interview.
There has not been any indication that putting a mask on and wearing a mask for a considerable period of time has any deleterious effects on oxygen exchange or anything like that. Not at all.
While they may be safe, most agree face masks are not always comfortable. Several states allow exemptions during vigorous exercise, and scientists say the volume of air outdoors likely dilutes any virus particles exhaled. But the biggest challenge may be for people with neurodevelopmental disorders like autism.
There are a lot of sensory issues that autistic people can deal with. And my kids are no exception to that.
Rob Gorski of Canton, Ohio, is a father of 3 autistic sons. He says overcoming anxiety from a face covering took creativity and determination.
They tried it first, and then it was too uncomfortable, it was too itchy. And so what we would do is we just practiced. Like we'd go for a drive just to get out of the house, and I would have them wear their mask.
The American Lung Association and other top lung health groups are encouraging people who want an exemption from mask mandates to weigh their concerns against societal needs to mitigate the spread of the virus. For Rob, Elliot, Emmett, and Gavin Gorski, those societal needs are paramount, even if they say those masks seem downright unbearable sometimes.
It's the responsible thing to do. I know, like my kids, it wasn't easy, but I'm telling you, like if my kids can do it, all of these people out here who are complaining about it being uncomfortable, they don't have a leg to stand on.
For ABC News Live, I'm Devin Dwyer in Washington.
Our thanks to Devin for that.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.